Hi everyone, Whitney here with Girl Friday Crafts. I'm working on a little Halloween design today. So this, I can't really see it well in my camera with the way I'm angled, but this was a apparently a sign that somebody used to welcome guests at a wedding. So I painted over it with, what did I use with this? I think I used our black, our shimmer black. So it's got a little bit of a glitter to it. Because this is not a chalk couture surface and it's wood, I am going to wax it ever so carefully. And just a little bit, because the wax does kind of take the black off. And I've mentioned this in videos before. I don't really love the chalk couture wax applicator, so I'm just using a microfiber cloth, one side to apply the wax and one side to buff it off. So we're just going to give this whole thing a light coating of wax. Hope everyone is doing well today. It is very warm in central Illinois for it to be October 1st. I am not happy about. I am ready for fall temperatures and not ready to jump straight into winter. So I am hopeful that we will get at least a few weeks of 60s and 70 degree weather before it jumps into the 40s and 50s. Okay, so that's on there. Gonna let it sit just a little bit. And this is gonna end up being a multi-part video when it's finished. You all won't see it that way, but because I'm gonna do some layering. So I have transfers from our haunted houses collection. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the house on first, and then we're gonna add some little pieces. These are also from the collection. This little guy that says beware, and there's a tombstone, and a little dragon, and a pumpkin, and a bat. So I'm going to put the house on, and then I'm going to put some of these little additional pieces on. Haven't completely decided which ones yet. The tombstone for sure, and maybe multiple, probably the beware, and then I'll sort of decide. And then once all that dries, I want to layer this on top, and yeah, that'll fit. So I'm gonna, kind of record this in pieces and try my hand at video editing, which I have yet to do, and then put this all together and put it out there. So I'm gonna buff the wax off a little bit. Now, because I used just a very light layer of wax, there's really not a whole lot of buffing probably required, and because it's a painted surface and the glitter and everything, not even sure how well that wax is going to buff off there, but hopefully the wax will help keep the paste from bleeding. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the house. You all have seen any of my videos before. You know that I always put something on the back of the surface. To tell me which surface it is and to remind me what collection it came from, because once I cut things apart, I don't always remember. So this is, I'm gonna do house with vines, and this is from our haunted houses 2023. Okay. On these cut apart surface sheets, I don't cut perfectly around every different piece. So even if essentially the transfer is supposed to be the same size, because of how I cut, it's not the same size. And if I'm doing multiple things at a time, then I don't quite get them back on right. And just my sort of nature, I want them to fit back on properly. So that's what I do. But I do like that I do put the collection on the back, because that way if I'm doing a video like this and it's something that's still available, if I put a cart link or the details in the comments, I can tell people what collection a transfer came from. So this is brand spanking new. I have not used it yet, so it's stuck on that backing sheet really well. So this is my fuzzing cloth. If this is the first Chalk Couture video you've ever watched, first of all, hello and thank you. These transfers are very sticky, so if you're using them on a non-textile surface, you want to defuzz it, because you want it to be able to lift when you're done without bringing up anything off of your surface or bringing up the paste. So we're going to put it on here, and I'm going to put it down and lift it. I'm going to do this probably a good 6 or 7 times. Hold on, I can't count and talk at the same time. Okay, that was 4. And part of the reason I'm doing it so many times is because I painted the surface. I have another project I was working on where I did that, and I lifted some of the paste when I pulled this up, when I pulled the transfer off the surface, because I just don't think I fuzzed it enough. I think it was still too sticky. So we're going to do this. Okay, put that aside. And now, because of this, I'm actually going to have to do this upside down, because I want to be able to really get to the surface, and I don't want the base of this to get into my way. So that should be interesting. And I'm going to offset it a little bit, because I want some room at the bottom for the tombstones and other things that I want to put down there. So I'm going to put it up kind of close to the top and to one side just a little. Now I need it to adhere to the surface. I usually try to run it down the middle first. Oh, hello, that's not really sticking at all. Interesting. Okay, I need it to adhere to the surface. Run it down the side, and then kind of go out from there. Okay, that seems to be sticking. There's a lot of negative space in this one. So, and as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I have not decided what colors I'm going to do this in. I mean, it's a black surface, so there's not, you know, you got to pick colors that are really going to show up. And I know I want to do Superstitious for Welcome You Foolish Mortals. But I think I want to do a little bit of a green for these little viney pieces. So give me 1 second. I'm going to figure that out, and I will be right back.